Hey everyone, Mherex here, bringing you another video. This one is going to be on Braun Stroman Monster Bomb. So Stroman is the chase this month. He is a powerhouse, he's aggressive, and let's take a look at what he has to offer here. He's got the raw link, any color moves start with 1 more MP, and modern era gems do 5% more damage, and the stock Monster Bomb gear. He's a trainer. Yellow moves start with 2 more MP, and multiply gems generated from moves will increase their strength by 21k. So that's 5-star gold on the training ability. These are very useful, like a priest and people like that. So awesome training ability. And before we get super deep into this, guys, I'm going to tell you this is probably the most I've played a chase or a character in general before a preview, and I can't remember how long. I have 7 builds for you guys. They're all actually played differently. There is a ton of different plate combinations you could use for him. He's probably the best designed poster, in my opinion, that I can remember as far as how many different things you can do. Almost for sure, I think like there's a spot for him on every roster, and there's a build in here that you're going to like because there's a ton of different play styles. So hopefully I do that justice. That's going to be my goal. I would I would say watch it because I think there's, like I said, there's going to be something for everyone. Anyway, we're going to start out with the bad attitude skill plate. That will not stay that way. Whenever you break 3 or more blue gems, get 3 black MP. My personal favorite moveset is going to be at the end, by the way. As far as the strap goes, it is a 30%er, a little bit more than normal, and it is an ultimate, which is for a reason. I don't normally do ultimate straps, but there's a couple builds I want to show, or at least one with an ultimate plate. So there's that. So we don't have the gem damage metal maxed here, and I don't have the red move damage metal maxed here. Okay, and keep in mind my favorite builds are at the end, but I can see reasons to run all of these that we're going to run, and it would help if I had equipped the right moves to start. So I'm a little bit tired. It's late. I've played him literally hundreds and hundreds of matches, so hopefully I do this preview justice. So this is a sub build. We're going to run the lifting arm triangle 7 MP sub, generate 30 random sub gems, and do a 170k damage for 3 turns, remaining turn into blast gems. Running power slam 8 MP black, 219 damage, make 10 blast gems into reds. And the Yokosuka cutter, deal 200k damage and increase the damage of all your gems by 231% for 1 turn. That's a beefy boy. Entourage for this one is definitely not this. I am running this for this one. Okay, so if you don't have Bischoff, no big deal. You could substitute Trick Sammy, a bunch of other people. Stacy's available in the League loot now, so you're going to get her eventually. But you can also sub, you know, kind of whatever you want. You could do more generate red gems if you wanted to, but there's a reason why I'm only going 10, and that's because we want to pick up some black gems to recycle. Shotzi is pretty great for this. Blast gems do 75% more damage, and black moves start with 2 more MP, so she's pretty clutch. All right. Anyway, enough talk. Let's get out here and see how this works. And the bad attitude would just help with recycling for this, because really the goal on this is get to turn 2 and use the buff and then blow up the board. So you're going to start charged. Oh, by the way, my perks are feud perks. 1 MP. I'm starting with 1 MP, and that's it. And then some more health. So there's that. Let's go 1.25 speed. People have said they like that, so we'll stick with that. So you're just going to drop the sub. Pretty simple. The AI is hopefully not going to wipe out your whole board, which seems unlikely. And now we want to recycle the black and get the red. The red won't be a problem because we're changing 10 blasts to red. If you could change more, but okay, holy heck, that's rare. But I found when I was changing more, I didn't get enough black gems. Hopefully we got the bad attitude to proc. Yeah, see, without the bad attitude, we would have never recycled there. So that was huge. All right. Sub again. Not excited about that row break, to be honest. Now we're going to hit our buff. 231% to all of our gems. These red ones in particular are going to be spicy. 258k a piece. $9 million damage. That's pretty good. All right, moving on. Triple black. We're only changing one trainer here, and we're changing one move. This would be great for boss battle when there's a blast gem boost, obviously. So yeah, triple black. The move we're bringing in is the Monster Express. 8 MP black move, deal 213k damage, plus 62k bonus damage for every blast gem. And that's why we're going to switch to Sammy in here. You could also, instead of Stacy, run Ray. But I'm liking the damage I get from Stacy when we blow up the board, and that's your pin. So I'm going to keep Stacy because we're going to have a decent amount of those. And we're just going to go with Sammy on this one for the percentage. But you could also run Ray there for another, what is he, like 15% or something? Or 25, or Typhoon. Either would work. I think Ray's 25 and Typhoon's 15. But either would work. And I actually think I have my preview fairly sorted, so the moves should flow from one to the next okay. So same thing we did last time, except we're not going to have that big boom. But let's see if we win on turn 2 as well, as last time. Should hit for 2.5, 3 mil, somewhere in there. 2.9 million. And now we're going to blow up the board. We need to catch enough black gems and blue gems to recycle. Or it can get a little bit sketchy. Hopefully we got enough blue in there. We did. So the skill plate, as much fun as it would be to use like dog-ear gremlin plate to buff the red gems, and I did try. I ran about 8 different plates testing him, maybe more. It just didn't recycle enough to be dependable to run this moveset. And honestly, this moveset is really only in here to show you the blast gem move. Outside of a boost to boss or a line bonus in feud that's excessive, honestly, it's probably my least favorite move he has. To be honest, is this one. And it's not bad. You're going to see we're going to get a turn 2 win this way too. I mean, right? He's down another 2.6 million. Now we're going to blow up the board again. So yeah, this one actually might not recycle. Not that it matters. Oh no, we did. So yeah, both are turn 2 wins, and you're subbing to drain. So very safe, very control. All right, so now let's start making things a little bit interesting. He has a Titan plate build he can run. On turn 2, this is really crazy. Turn 1, it probably won't blow you away. Turn 2, it likely will. Titan plate is a free-to-play plate. It's on the prize wall, the part picker. So we're going to just go ahead and stick that on right now. And we're going to run this build. And you're going to see throughout this preview, I wouldn't be surprised if people come up with combinations that I didn't even try at all. I mean, there are so many different things you can do with him. It's ridiculously crazy. The moves work so well together. The most fun I've had testing a character in a very long time. I think I have this loadout saved. I just started saving everything. I got kind of lost at some point because, like I said, I've been playing for hours and hours and hours. All right, so you know the Yokosuka Cutter. Choke Slam, 7 MP, Deal 187k damage and choose 6 gems to make into blast. Keep in mind for the Titan plate to work, we need 8. When we make 8 blast gems, we get 200% gem boost. And then the reverse choke slam. This is a really interesting move. Deal 164k damage, choose 3 gems to make into 1 turn countdown gems. That will deal 90k damage and modify a 3x3 area into multiply gems of strength 5. That's only 6 MP. So we're putting Cena on, so we make 4 of those, so we hopefully keep them. We need 17k Santa to make this turn 1 in feud. We need JBL to proc the Titan plate. So there's no way we can get the Yokosuka cutter loaded first turn to go, but it will be loaded second turn. This is kind of a 2-turn sort of win, and also like thinking boss battle and that kind of thing with this build. Yeah, enough said. Let's see what happens. So turn 1, you're going to be loaded with this and this. You want to get enough reds and blues to recycle. That's the goal. It's not looking super great blue-wise, so hopefully it happens. We'll see. You want to place these gems where you're not going to blow up the board as well. So we're going to go right here. I'm going to stay away from those. And look for a match somewhere. I should have done that first, really. We have this yellow match here. So we're going to swipe it there, which will give us the blue and a red. Blues are what's important to us, so we need to get there. Let's get there. Down here, here. And then let's go here. Actually, let's go here and here. And that gets there, and we're staying away from our gems there. And then, finally, I guess here is fine. Doesn't really matter at that point. Did not get our blues. That is a problem with this potentially. You can see though we do have our blasty or our countdown gems here. Unfortunately, Sammy filled up. Like I said, I see this as more of a boss battle build. Because, you know, it's turn 2 and things go right. It's not when they don't. But we'll get loaded up here. The main goal here is really so you guys can see how hard it can hit. But we lost we're going to lose the Titan proc, right? That's the downside. So I'll just probably run this one again. Because it hits stupid hard. And at this point, we lost our gems, so, you know, whatever. It's not always going to work perfect when you're trying to show some of this stuff. Especially when I'm doing it. Okay, Sammy, do your thing. Cover up my stuff, but hopefully not, though. Should have kept my mouth shut. Alright, game's just going to say no, it's fine. I'm going to run it again. And I'm going to increase the speed. Because now I'm annoyed. And this is... We got a lot of builds to get through, so... Okay. Whatever. Here. You know, then you just, like, try to get most of the multiply gems. Would be the goal here, right? Leave the multiplies you want, etc. We're taking that swipe, so let's do that. Whatever. We can hit the buff because this is all gonna be way worse than it should be. So, oops. And that hit for 18 million. Just let that sink in. That was horrible, and it hit for 18 million. Yeah. So what you'd run with this, right, is the, like for boss, and even not for boss, would be this plate. And I will put that on after I run it without. Whenever you break 4 red gems, generate 10 random blues, you're going to recycle your stuff, no problem. That's the 4th of July one, by the way. Ultimate. So that'll be the ticket for this build. With the Titan plate. Then you won't have to worry about missing. Here we have plenty of blues, so I shouldn't say that and tempt fate, right? Southside, you're watching somewhere sometime. So let's just keep him here away from our stuff. We're gonna match the blue match down here. So I will go here, and here, and here, and then let's go zig this way. And then what are we swiping? We're swiping that yellow. That gives us the blues. We're easily home free at this point. So, you know what? Just for I don't even remember what I was swiping at this point because I'm tired. I think I was swiping. You know what? I don't care. We're gonna do this. Everything worked out fine. Excellent. Now just don't touch my countdown gems and kick out. Beautiful. All right. Except they all went mostly in the same spot. So maybe not beautiful. But, you know, that's why you also want the 4 countdowns, because that can happen. Either way, it is what it is. Now we need to select Blasty Gems so we can make the board go kablooey. So we want this, and we're going to go here, actually, into here, and then we keep our nice gems. We're going to swipe there. That blows that up, and then let's go here. No, let's go here, 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 yeah, there, and I'm not real great at this, in case you haven't noticed. This is kind of different gameplay than I've done in a while, so I do find it highly enjoyable, though. And I forgot to hit the buff move, didn't I? I did. Totally forgot to hit the buff move. Rookie mistake. So all of that to hit for 8 million, and we could have hit 200% harder. Great job, Mherex. Great job. It's okay. You know what we're going to do? For fun? Because I feel like it now. So we're going to put the ultimate plate on, which won't make it hit that much harder. You saw the one for 18. When your blast gems go where they should and not overlapping completely, that's 30 million plus, by the way. With what I had going on when Mherex doesn't mess it up, and then the blast gems don't only go in 2 spots. So, good thing we put it on. There's not enough blues. Oh, let's go. Go there. We'll stay away from that. The only downside when you're using this... Why is dodge in this game? Not dealing with that. Dodge it again and I will freak out. Alright. I don't remember what I was saying, but I was saying it. Downside with this one is, with this plate, that's what I was saying, is you can overwrite gems you don't want to. Not gonna get there. Anyway, that's fine. So we could blow up our own countdowns. Called that, didn't I? Oh well. And they went in the exact same spot? Both of them? Since they make a 3x3? Well, they're... Okay, whatever. Whatever. I'm not completely irritated. It just sounds like it. Spoiler, I am. Here, and then let's go. Really... We're gonna go there. That gets us the multiplies. After that, it doesn't matter too much. So whatever. And not that he's not gonna kick, or he won't kick out, but you know, you obviously could do a version of this with a Z plate too, by the way. 24 million. So I see it mostly as a boss battle build, or if you like doing turn 2 and hitting hard. I didn't even get a good hit on any of that. It's fine though, whatever. I'm sure you get the idea. Okay, so speaking of Z-plate, let's say you have a Judgment Day plate. This would be the build you would run with a Judgment Day plate. I'm not going to bother putting the Judgment Day plate on, because it really isn't going to change anything. But this is what you'd run with the Z plate. So we'll do that. And I know enough people have a Z plate that'll actually remove this ultimate, because it'll skew the stuff. Because this ultimate, I don't know how many people actually got these. The extra blue gems obviously wouldn't hurt. Blue or red would not hurt with this. So it's actually the exact same moves, but totally different trainers. And this would be how you have to run it to get the Judgment Day plate to proc, because you need 6. But you can also run it quite effectively without it. How is that right? Whatever. It's gonna be like that. So same moves. Just taking the Titan off and running the Z plate. Oh yeah, let me take that ultimate off too. These 10 ones are fun, by the way. I actually really like them. Hopefully the Rocky ones come back, because they are way more fun than they thought they would be. Full disclosure. Okay. Anyway. We're going to get a lot of multiply gems on the board with this one. So also what you can do is, if you can't recycle the blues, it's no big deal. You hold this move anyway. You just want to, you can hold this move if you don't think so, but we really want the reds. So it looks like we can recycle the blues with some trickeration here. And we have a 5 match down here. So I'm going to kind of lay this out with the blast first, because I'm not great at it. Because our goal is to get the blue gems, and we just need a few red, which I don't know, is that enough? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we don't need that blue. We're going to swipe there. That does have to be there. Can I get another red? No. Well, hopefully we can cascade or something. Because I don't know if that's enough redage. 3? 3 might be enough. 3 is enough. Perfect. Never mind. 1, 2, 3, 4. Down here is safe. Those are safe. Just enough to do it all around. Now we have some blast gems on the board. Obviously, Judgment Day plate would drain if you were running that build. So there's that. Z plate proc again. We don't really care about it. Buff the gems. And now it's just a matter of trying to get as many nice multiplies as we can. That's 1 million on the red right there, just FYI. 700k on the blues, etc. Right? So obviously red's the ticket. We have a red swipe at the top. So I think we take that and then kind of go right through the middle. Like that. We didn't even cascade. And that hit for 15 million turn 2. And that wasn't a good one, right? I don't feel like I need to run that again. I think you get the idea. It's good. So what if you don't have a Judgment Day plate, Mherex? Oh, I'm glad you asked. Use an MP down person. So, and you can do this, which is really fun, actually. Actually, in some ways, think this might be better. If not worry about the Judgment Day thing. And just run an MP down and target somebody that's 7 MP, right? Do I have this one saved? I don't think, no, there's only so many loadouts. That's fine, we'll put Sting in. You still need to keep Cena for the Z plate to work, so you want to keep him. We're going to go double MP, Lawler and Sting. Don't need Santa, so we're going to go Steph for MP down. And right there. So there you go. And have you guys... Oh, no, you guys haven't seen the Beal yet. The Beal is new. Deal 187k damage and choose 6 gems to make into cross breaks. 7 MP. If you don't want to do the MP down thing, you put John Cena in Zombie Cena, and then you make 7 cross breaks. So the idea behind this turn 1 is you place this down. Your Dealy Bobbies here. Take a swipe. You've used MP down, so your opponent takes their swipe. You have a metric butt ton of gems on the board, which is fantabulous. You buff them. And now you blow up the area you like the best. Easy peasy. Hit 15 million. Highly recommend this, and it'll hit hard even without a Z plate. That was just 50% gem boost. Highly recommend this build set, actually. If you're don't have a huge roster, that kind of stuff, just put in one of the MP down ones on. And if you don't have a Z plate, just do dual MP down, and then you can even target more people in feud. So great moveset. I think it's going to be super underrated. Hits really hard. Okay, now my 2 favorite movesets getting in here. Well, I guess. The last one is my favorite, but this one will be if you don't have as much nice stuff. We're finally going to see the finisher, the Monster Bomb. It's a good one. 10 MP, deal 694k damage, and force your opponent to skip their turn for 2 turns. I didn't save this one either, because there's only so many. So we're going double MP trainer with red. So the finisher will start charged. Turn 1 in feud this way. We're going to go with Technician Brett. So we have a little bit more beef on the finisher. Just for fun, because I wanted to. And then we are going to go with Cena. So we make 7 cross breaks. So we're just going to start off and stun. With this one. We're not going to blow up the board first, because maybe we don't keep them down. So this is if you want to stun lock, play it this way. You don't think you can win right away. That's a 2 million finisher like this. And now he's stunned for 2 turns. Also for this one, if you don't have any fancy plates, Aftershock would help you recycle. Viper's Strike would help you recycle. You could run an NWO plate on this and it would buff the finisher. You could put a Sheamus Crown on this one. Right? And it doesn't matter where you put these, as long as you have a match. And you're going to see this hits pretty hard set up like this anyway. Super simple. We fully recycled. That hit for 4.3 million after the 2 million. Sammy's not going to kick out. And they're still turn on the stun. So you'd just go right back to the finisher and crash your game because it hits so well in the middle of a preview. Because why not? You know, we could edit this out, but you'd have to be a good YouTuber, editor, streamer, and I'm not. And then you miss thrilling content like this. So that's that moveset. Really simple, really good. Not hard to run at all. Don't need anything special. And it's going to hit relatively hard. So what does Mherex like the most? Well, I think I like this one the most, guys. It just hits really hard and it's fast. But I'm going to run it first without the plates I like on it. And then I'll put the plates I do like on it for you. So it might not be as impressive to start here. Again, if you don't have Piper, no big deal. You could also run Santa Hogan, right? Because this is the opposite. Instead of getting the finisher first, that's just their break in case of emergency, right? Worst case, you get hit once, you stun them, blah, blah, blah. Um, so, what we're going to do is same moveset, but run totally different trainers, right? So, we're going gem damage based. And Piper, who a lot of people now have, is useful. 40% red gem damage, and red moves start with 2 more MP. And then Stacy is 12k to your red gems. And the Stacy doesn't make as much sense right now, but when I put the plates on, I think you'll see why. So finisher won't be loaded in feud this way, but that's okay. What the goal with this is you're going to win turn 1 and move on, right? This is like fast wins, and this is why I like him, but I think you need some extras to do it fast this way, if that makes sense. But let's see. Keep in mind, this is not, you have room for growth in the strap I'm using here, in the metals, etc. So we're just blowing up the board. I think we hit for like 5 million, right? That's about what we hit for. But we should have a little bit better setup. Yeah, 5.2 million. Somebody would normally kick out. I don't think Sammy is. But that's fine. So this is the alternative, starting with the stun. You start blowing up the board. Doesn't look that special that way, right? Well, let's see what we can do. So I tested this a ton. Like a ton. I thought Seamus Crown would be very good, and it is, but there is a much better combination, and we're going to run that actually right now. It's going to, shockingly, be the Viper Strike. Whenever you break 3 or more black gems, make 7 yellow into red. Maybe it starts to make a little bit of sense for you guys with why Stacy's on there. And then the ultimate plate, I'm sure people can see where I'm headed with this one. Break 4 blue gems, generate 10 random red gems. So with this setup, as long as there's at least 7 yellows on the board, we're making 17 extra red gems at the end of this. If I had the colossal plate, what's his face's, almost is, Titan, Colossus, whatever it's called, Chains of the Colossus, that's it. That would probably be better than Viper Strike. And it would also work pretty well in place of the ultimate I'm using too. So that's another option if you have that. But this way is my favorite way to run him. Obviously, it makes recycling a breeze too. Obviously not a great board. There's not a ton of red. There's a ton of loot boxes. I mean, so like you could have a much better board than this. Let's see how hard we end up hitting. That's 10 million. And that's really fast. Really fast. And that's going to scale exceptionally well into 6-star silver. And so like I'm going to run it again. And just starting to talk about Braun and where he fits in. Think about all the different stuff I ran. There's a Titan plate build, there's Z plate build, you could run a Judgment Day plate build, you got this build, you can run NWO plate and buff the finisher, you can stun lock, you can blow up the board. There, like, it goes on and on and on. Like at some point I just had to stop. Because I feel like I didn't, there's stuff that I completely missed even, and I've played hundreds and hundreds of matches today and settled on this being my favorite because it's fast. That's about as low as you're going to see a hit with the 9 mil, by the way. And I'm just going to run it a couple times for you guys because I was just really impressed with the speed and ease of use. So you start thinking about where Braun fits in. Obviously, if there's a blast boss, he's going to be awesome. He's got multiply gems, so when there's multiply boss, he fits in. He's got some cross breaks, not a ton of them, but a decent amount. He's got a buff move that you can keep stacking when you don't have to swipe. This one we're swiping, but there are ways you could use the buff move where you're not swiping. He can grow with a Z plate. I didn't even mention you could use a Hogan plate for this build, right? Because you're blowing up the whole board. And Hogan plate adds 200% to your red move damage. Yeah, right? So there's a, and buffs your black gems. So there's just so many different ways you could build this guy, for boss and for everything else. I think, like, legitimately, this has the most possibility of weird, cool things to do of any poster I can remember. And I didn't even play some of the movesets very well. It had bad luck, didn't show you how hard they can hit necessarily. This one we missed a bunch, so this might be bad. Yeah, 9.1 million. Again, not a great one, but still good. And super fast, right? And that's, I really value that kind of thing for Feud. And I don't have a lot of my red guys in use right now. So that's kind of nice. And yeah, I don't know. I think that's about it. So I don't think I need to run that again. I don't feel like I need to overhype him. I feel like I've done a good job showing what he can do. So Powerhouse is loaded. Aggressive Powerhouse is even more loaded. I really am on the fence in a lot of ways. Honestly, I think I like him more than Sammy or Clubber. That moveset you just saw, at least with what I have, or if you have Chains of the Colossus, there's no way you're not going to recycle that, right? Even Viper Strike, I think most of the time you recycle, or worst case, put Aftershock on, you recycle. The fact that he's got a stun cycle that's actually good gem damage and good move damage is really nice. All of the other stuff he can do to me is really fun. The multiplies, like when your sub doesn't get messed up with the blast, Titan plate procs on a blast, on sub in boss battle. He's gonna, like, so much harder than you saw he's gonna hit in boss battle, right? Like, so much harder. Man, I didn't think. I'm just kind of floored by how much I enjoy him, right? So I don't know what to say other than I think he's my favorite powerhouse in the game, which is saying something considering I'm a huge Sammy mark and I don't like Braun at all. It just, the design is fantastic, and you have options for days. And I think you can hit super hard with him whether you have a free to play roster or you're a huge spender. There's something here for you, and I think there's a good chance he could end up being my first 6-star silver. Yeah, I don't know what to say other than that. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Like, certainly, I mean, like, him and Sammy are right there neck and neck with me. I know a lot of people like Big Papa Pump. I don't have him. And I love Clubber. So those are probably would be my top picks. I love Ridge, but I think someone finally beats Ridge in utility. One thing Ridge does have on him is the showdown link. Braun isn't much of a showdown guy, although matchy match, one charge and you're going with anyone, so basically anyone can be a showdown guy if you set him up right. But he's not turn 1, he's turn 2, whereas like some of these guys are turn 1, right? So yeah, let me know what you think in the comments. I hope you enjoyed this video. I was completely surprised with how good Braun is. Also with Shotzi, fantastic start to the month. Yeah, let me know what you think in the comments. Remember to like, subscribe, and share. And thanks for watching, guys. Good luck out there. And that was a long video. I thought he'd never show.